talking, I don't sweat that. If they don't trust me either, I respect that. But she need down the ride, oh, I bet that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that. Don't forget that, don't forget that. Ooh, I slide for my people, don't forget that.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is JH. How y'all doing, Postal family? Is everybody good? Is everybody cool? Everybody clean? Are you crisp? Are you feeling hairy today? Let's talk. Give me back my work. Give me back my work. Postal workers nationwide need to be talking about give me back my work. Give us back the work that you've contracted out. Stop wasteful spending on other people unless they wear the uniform, unless they're getting paid by us, from us. You see me? Let's talk. But first, I did a training today. Sat in front of a Zoom meeting. Yeah, postal, what is it? Facilitator skills training? Facilitator skills training? Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. I got to do part 2 tomorrow. 100% excellent. Teaches people how to interact with people. 100% that I believe that managers and supervisors, hell, anybody that has a position of authority should take that. Unreal. So much information. A lot of stuff I talk about in here, they reinforce it in different methods. They speak a lot better and clearer than I do. But yes, perfect. But I learned some tangs. Okay, I learned some tangs today. But yes. Let's talk though. Let's talk. Truck drivers, don't go nowhere, everybody else, because this applies to everybody. That's your body. Everybody. When it comes down to us getting our work back. We need that work. We need to stop contracting out these people that they bring to the plants to go deliver express mail to the stations. They pay a person like myself that'll hire 10 people to go to a plant. He's a postal contractor. They go to a plant in their car and pick up all the express mail late that comes in after the trucks have gone, and they go bring it to the rural areas. They go drop off express mail, and they pay them a lot of money for that. Cut that out. Give us some of our work back. Give us our work back. Wasteful spending. But an article that just came out, May 6th, House seeks to crack down on Postal Service trucking contractors. Now, 2 different people comment on this. There's the people that wrote the article, and then there are the contractors that are salty and bitter, talking smack about the postal workers. We'll get to them in a minute. Yeah, the contractors talking smack about us. This is funny. Washington, House lawmakers approved a legislation directing the United States Postal Service to set new rules for keeping track of crashes involving its trucking contractors, including penalties against motor carriers for failing to report them. Okay? Penalties and legislation passed Monday include contract suspension and termination. Get them out of here. I said it. If you a contractor, apply to the post office. How about that? Then you ain't gotta be contractor no more. You like the freedom of doing what you like to do? How about you just come local and work for the post office? This is Jay's opinion alone. And I've been an over-the-road truck driver. I know what it's like. So don't talk about, I don't know what I'm talking about. All right. On Monday, the House passed to voice vote, the Mail Traffic Deaths Reporting Act of 2024, which would require contract carriers and Postal Service employees to report to the agency roadway crashes involving vehicles carrying mail and resulting in injury or death no later than 3 days after the crash. One of the carriers that gets injured, they're supposed to report it immediately. It's supposed to be investigated immediately. You know what they're doing with the contractors? They sweeping them under the rug. Then people get sued later. It would also require the Postal Service to maintain an internal database of such reports and publish an annual summary of information related to the reports. In legislation introduced March by Representative this guy in response to investigations of Postal Service's safety records involving long-haul contract carriers and government watchdog republics, published in February, revealed lax oversight of its partner trucking companies, brokers, and drivers. Yeah. It's our hope this legislation creates a virtuous feedback loop at the Postal Service, which crash data enforces strict adherence to safety compliance and best practices. This ain't always about safety. It's about getting our work back, getting our money back. I would prefer us to sit here and do 200-mile relays versus keep giving everybody else our work. Stop it. Would you carriers like somebody taking your work? No. The clerks that are working at the plant, y'all don't even like the idea that Pitney Bow has a similar machine, even though they actually helped create the machine. You don't even like the idea of it. Give us back our work. Keep us in business. That's business, B-I-D-N-E-S-S, business. Boy, on March 12th, an op-ed published by The Hill detailed the tragedy that occurred in June 2022 involving two families driving the Interstate 25 between Greenlee, Colorado and Gillette, Wyoming, and a truck carrying mail on a contract with the Postal Service. The truck brakes were out of alignment and it was uninsured. All that money and it was uninsured. And driver did not have a commercial driver's license. Whoa, boy, you just stacking them up. The truck slammed into the back of Goodiness's family vehicle, and an instant member of the Evers family, 3 generations ago, lost their lives, including a 3-month-old baby girl. Unknown to most Americans, this tragedy is playing out across the country. Over the last 3 years, at least 79 people were killed in crashes involving contracted trucks by the Postal Service. Even more concerning, the number of lives could have been higher. Just last year, we learned the USPS did not even report serious crashes involving its trucking contractors. Yeah, somebody sweeping it under the rug. Reports submitted by contract carriers and Postal Service employees must include detailed information describing at a minimum the crash, including the date, time, location, nature of the crash information, identifying the contractor, number of injury, fatalities, and any contributing factors to the crash. According to the bill, an employee or contractor shall update the report in such a form and manner as the Postal Service deems appropriate to reflect any change in crash, cause injuries, or fatalities. The Postal Service may take into account the severity of the applicable traffic crash and the frequency of non-compliance with the requirement of this act by the applicable Postal Service contractor when determining which penalty to apply, if any. All right, so this is what the article is about. I hope I ain't lose nobody. Let's read some of their comments. Maybe they should track roadside inspections and try to prevent the crash. Be proactive instead of reactive. Male contractors are some of the worst looking trucks. Poor physical appearance correlates to poor mechanical upkeep. True. Another person, you want to solve this for real? Check out 10 Rows. They literally came out of nowhere and will literally hire anyone. Just a good 50% of their drivers can't speak English. Oof. Same applies to Amazon contractors, FedEx ground contractors, and many of the big driver mills, such as, anyway, they just, anyway. Next one, laugh out loud, the joke's on them. The USPS has now decided to move most long-haul contractors to brokers. Good luck tracking those crashes. Before 10 Roads came along and took over most of the mail routes, you didn't see mail contractors running like demons everywhere. With 10 Rows, they're tailgating, weaving in and out of traffic, speeding like crazy. This isn't a postal contractor issue. It's widespread through the trucking industry. Drivers not able to comprehend English, not trained properly. Some people just using that that has nothing to do with how somebody drives. Quite often, the post office ignores the fact that most contractor trucks that deliver over the road mail or picking up a local post office are basically junk. The post office, when they put contractors out for bid, are supposed to conform to a minimum standard, and many times they don't. Okay, they seem to turn a blind eye to old, broken down equipment. We need to do the same with Amazon, some contractors, and FedEx. We need to stop Amazon from getting drivers from Canada and Mexico. See, this seems like a bunch of people just upset with different nationalities. I don't like that. Somebody had wrote, well, if we wouldn't be rushing if the postal workers weren't lazy and they were sitting there for so long waiting. Yeah, that was somebody's comment. Now. Or anybody gets upset about that. At one point, I was worked for a contractor, and they had some raggedy ass equipment. They did. But if you're still with us, if you're still with me, somewhere out in Texas, they just brought on some electric tractors. Electric tractors. They say testing on the side of them, but that's next for us. Somebody just sent me a picture in Texas. Electric tractors. So carriers, don't get upset. You're not the only ones getting electric vehicles. I'd like to figure out how this is going to work. An electric tractor. I'm in awe because I never thought of it, that would be a thing here. I can't fathom how that's going to be. Boy, this is like a good soap opera. The saga continues. But to address the main issue, get rid of the contractors. Honestly, they're doing a good job of slowly just getting rid of them. But here's the thing. Suppose they do get rid of the contractors. How many of you rural carriers are going to actually want to go those miles that a contract rural person goes? I mean, we technically touch everywhere in the country, but I know rural workers work differently and they get paid differently. How would you accept something like that? Obviously, you have to get paid more, but are you willing to do more? Are you willing to do more? Because if they take all the work back from everybody else that helps us, are we going to be able to handle that work? Are the type of people that we're bringing on going to be willing to do that work? Or are we still going to be complacent because we can scream from the bottom of our lungs, stop subcontracting, bring us back our work, hire more people. But when they bring them here and give them work, our people say, nope, not doing it, not my job, no, can't, no, not, no, www.no.com. Damned if we do, damned if we don't. You know I had to throw it in there. Let's talk about it. What y'all think about it? Tell me. I'm gonna leave a link to the article that I just read in my pinned comment. Read it for yourself. And yeah, this is the direction we going. We going that way. Okay, the electric takes away from the gas and the diesel that they got to use to go longer distances. I'm just guessing. But there's some, boy, we not even in chapter 3 of this saga. Let's talk about it, baby. It's JH. Let's talk.
Unexpected expenses stressing you out? Get the money you need now with Loans for Feds, a program designed specifically for federal employees. Bad credit is not a problem. Application is fast and easy with same-day approvals. Apply now.